Hi, my name is Brandon Graysley. I'm a high school math teacher. Today we're going to look at common factoring again. If you haven't seen the first video, go back and take a look at the simplest form of common factoring, which is taking a single value or variable as a common factor out of an expression. So we're going to look at a little bit more complicated ones this time. Here's an example, 2x squared plus 3x. So this is the same kind as before where we had a single variable, in this case x, as a common factor for these two terms. So we write x out front. How many x's? Well, here we have x squared, and this is x just to the power 1. So we only have one x that's in common to both. And here we're left with 2x, so there's a 1 that's left here, plus 3, no x's left on that term. All right, let's step it up to this one here. 3xy squared minus 4xy. Now in this case, we have two different variables in use in these two terms. Now you see the number once again, 3 and 4, those don't have any factors in common. So 3 is prime and 4 is 2 times 2. So there's no value that we can take out by itself, but we do have some variables here. I've got x here and here in both terms. I've also got some y's, a different number in each one. So let's take out the x first. So we're going to have an x, and we're also going to have a y. We're going to have a single y out here, so x to the 1 if you want, y to the 1, because this is y to the first power, and this is y squared. So we take the smallest value that's common, or the largest value that's common to each of them, but y to the 1 is the largest that we can get. So what are we left with? This term here was 3xy squared, and I've taken out an x and a y. That leaves me with 3. No x's, and a single y. And now over here I've got minus 4 left. The x comes out and the y comes out. That's it. There are no variables left in that term. I've taken out the xy, and I'm left with just the 4 over here. All right, we're going to do one more. 3 minus x. Now this one you can see doesn't look like it has a lot in common, but often we want to have x written as a positive value in an expression. So what I'm going to do is take out the value -1 as a factor. When I do that, dividing 3 by -1 gives me -3. Dividing x by -1 gives me positive x. I'm just going to rewrite this negative bracket, and here I've got a positive x minus 3, which is something that we're more often able to work with because it matches up with some of the other expressions that we use, having a positive variable at the front by taking this negative out. Okay, so that's the second part of common factoring. The only, I guess, other thing that we might talk about is that sometimes you'll have an expression where you have a common factor that is an expression, not just a single term like this, but let me give you an example like this here. 2 times x plus 7 plus x times x plus 7. There's a common factor of x plus 7 in both of those terms or these expressions. X plus 7 is common to both, so this whole thing divided by x plus 7 leaves me with just 2, and this whole thing divided by x plus 7 leaves me with just x. So there I've factored now, using common factoring, I've factored this large expression into a product of two binomials. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Ask me some questions.